Once upon a time, there lived a cruel master who owned many slaves. This master was a man of ill temper and found joy in inflicting pain upon his unfortunate servants. He would often punish them for no reason at all, his laughter echoing through the air as the slaves cowered under his wrath. Among these slaves was a young man named Silas. Silas was a gentle soul, with a kind heart and a quiet spirit. He bore the brunt of his master's cruelty with stoicism, never retaliating, never complaining. He believed that kindness would eventually prevail, that even in the darkest of. One day, Silas stumbled upon a sight that chilled him to the bone. A magnificent lion, ensnared in a cruel trap, lay in pain. Its roars echoed through the forest. Despite the danger, felt a surge of pity for the creature. He could not leave the lion to suffer. With trembling hands, Silas approached the trap. He carefully examined the mechanism, his mind racing. He knew he had to free the lion, but how? The trap was sturdy, and any sudden movement would only agitate the beast. Slowly, tentatively, the lion began to back away from the trap. It circled Silas, its gaze never leaving him. Silas held his breath, his body rigid with fear. But then, to his astonishment, the lion lowered its head and gently nudged his hand with its nose. Began to back away from the trap. It circled Silas, its gaze never leaving him. Silas held his breath, his body rigid with fear. But then, to his astonishment, the lion lowered its head and gently nudged his hand with its nose. A wave of relief washed over Silas. He had gained the lion's trust. He watched as the majestic creature limped away, disappearing into the dense foliage. That night, as Silas lay awake in his meager quarters, he couldn't shake off the memory of the lion's gentle touch. He realized that even in the face of immense suffering, compassion could bridge the divide between predator and prey. He also understood that true strength did not lie in inflicting pain, but in extending kindness, even to those we fear. The next day, the master, in a fit of rage, ordered Silas to be whipped. As the lashes fell upon his back, Silas thought of the lion, of its gentle touch, of the unexpected kindness he had shown. He closed his eyes, picturing the forest, the sunlight filtering through the leaves, and the lion disappearing into the shadows. And in that moment, Silas found a strength he never knew he possessed. He endured the punishment, his spirit unbroken. He knew that true freedom lay not in the absence of suffering, but in the unwavering spirit of compassion, a spirit that even the cruelest of masters could not extinguish. Silas lay awake, remembering the lion's surprising touch. Silas learned strength lies in kindness, not inflicting pain.